Hello everyone, I'm Nicole, and my question today is who does the headstrong historian refers to in the title, and what does the author Adichie tries to convey through this character? As far as I am concerned, the headstrong historian here refers to Nwangba's granddaughter Grace, whose Nigerian name goes by Afamefuna. By building the character of Grace, the author Adichie tries to convey that people from Nigeria should not only cherish the culture of the whites, but also have to confront with and cherish their own culture, Africa's culture. At the beginning of this story, when describing how Nwangba marries her husband, Adichie for the first time used the word headstrong here to depict her. The author creates a woman of independence, bravery, persistent, but also stubborn by using the word headstrong. There is a contradiction of being avant-garde and conservative in this character. When she meets the man she wants to marry, after she knows it doesn't work to persuade her mother, she immediately turns to her father and menaces her father by saying she would run away from another man's house if she was not allowed to marry him. She ignored her mother's comment on taboo that her husband's family may have committed. When being laughed at by women at a gathering, she retorts back quickly and enjoyed their fear. And when her husband's two cousins robs his possession, she confronts them and shouted at them. Compared with the woman who committed suicide after her 10th abortion, Nwangba is an independent and bold woman. She stands for the kind women who dare to voice for themselves and defend for their own rights and well-beings. Besides, she is also the woman who asks her own son to join a school of the white. When she realizes she is impossible to defeat the two cousins on her own, she decides to adopt a more powerful and feasible method. Here emerges her contradiction. On the one hand, she holds the courage to let her son to learn knowledge from a white school, but she herself, as an independent and brave woman, begins to scream when she feels her son is slipping away from her and is to leave her to learn how to be a teacher in Lagos. And when her son pleads her to be baptized and anointed so that he could hold a Christian funeral for her at the end of her life, she swears she will slap the person who tries to rub those filthy oil on her. Her reaction suggests that to some extent she accepts the white culture, but she is still bound to African conventions. However, Grace, who is brought up by Nwangba and leaves for secondary school in Onitsha, undergoes both Nigerian and Western education, has a better understanding towards culture. Adichie uses 11 "it was Grace" that sentence pattern at the end part of the story to illustrate how Grace is aware of and to scrutinize, to understand and to deliver Nigerian culture. When a Nigerian expert on the history of the British Empire has resigned, when he receives news that African history is to be added into curriculum, she feels sad and makes a link between education and dignity, and changes her major from chemistry to history, and makes speeches on topic of Nigeria in front of solemn-faced people at conferences. She is headstrong and persistent. To use knowledge she learns to propagandize Nigerian culture. I also look up for the author Adichie's background. She is a Nigerian who obtained her bachelor and master degrees in America and has been focusing on writing stories about Nigeria after her graduation. Maybe Grace here in the story is a reflection of the author Adichie herself. By writing story, she intends to call for people from Africa to lay more attention on their own culture and voice for African culture.